Shalom, my friends. Today we are going to perform spiritual surgery on your mindset. We are going to locate and remove a cancerous growth that has been silently choking your prosperity, and replace it with a powerful, life-giving truth from the deepest vaults of Torah wisdom. There is a rare teaching, a principle so potent that the moment you truly grasp it, your entire financial reality will shift. It is the difference between a life of struggle and a life of flow, between a mindset of scarcity and a mindset of infinite abundance. By the end of this video, you will possess this teaching, and it will change your mind, and therefore your life, instantly. But first, I want you to answer this question in the comments below. When you see someone else succeed, truly succeed, with the wealth, the business, the life you desire, what is your first, honest, gut reaction? Is it joy, inspiration? Or is it a twinge of envy, a feeling of injustice, a voice that whispers, "Why them and not me?" Be brutally honest. Your answer is the diagnostic test that will reveal if you have the disease we are about to cure. And as you reflect on that, I invite you to join this sacred community of spiritual warriors. We are gathering an army, 50,000 strong, of souls who are committed to building lives of meaning and abundance based on the timeless truths of the Torah. If you are one of us, your first step is to hit that subscribe button. It is a declaration that you are ready for the truth. And for those who are ready to go from a single teaching to mastering the entire framework, the Torah Millionaire Business School is your gateway. This is my life's work, a comprehensive course where I reveal the complete Torah wealth system, the 3,000-year-old Jewish money laws that have built dynasties. It is only $299. And enrollment is closing very soon. The link is in the comments. This is your call to the masterclass. All right, let's get to the heart of the matter. The world has taught you that prosperity is a zero-sum game, that there is a finite pie of wealth, and if someone else takes a big slice, there is less for you. This belief is the source of all envy, all competition, and all scarcity thinking. It is the spiritual cancer that I spoke of. The Torah teaches the exact opposite. The Torah teaches that prosperity is not a pie, it is a river, and the flow of that river is infinite. The success of another person does not diminish your portion. It is evidence that you are standing on the banks of the same river. This brings us to the rare teaching, the instant mindset shift. It is the principle of ayin tova versus ayin ra'ah, the good eye versus the evil eye. Now, when most people hear the term evil eye, they think of a superstitious curse, a magical hex that someone can put on you. This is a childish misunderstanding of a profound, mystical concept. The ayin ra'ah, the evil eye, is not something someone else does to you. It is something you do to yourself.
The evil eye is a mindset. It is the eye that looks at the world and sees lack. It is the eye that looks at another's success and feels pain. It is the eye of envy, of resentment, of why them and not me. And here is the secret that will change everything for you. When you look at another person's success with an ayin ra'ah, with an evil eye, you are not cursing them. You are cursing yourself. You are telling God, you are telling the universe, I do not want that. That kind of success is bad, it is unjust, it is something to be resented. You are literally closing the channel through which that very same blessing could flow to you. Your envy is a spiritual short circuit. It is a declaration of war against the very abundance you claim to desire. The Talmud teaches a shocking lesson. It says that more people die from the evil eye than from natural causes. This is not talking about curses. It is talking about the self-inflicted death of potential, the slow suicide of a soul that has been poisoned by envy. When you live with an ayin ra'ah, you are in a constant state of spiritual inflammation. You are stressed, you are resentful, you are miserable. And in that state, you cannot create, you cannot innovate, you cannot serve. You are too busy being a victim. So, what is the antidote? It is the ayin tovah, the good eye. The good eye is the eye that looks at the world and sees abundance. It is the eye that looks at another's success and feels joy. It is the eye of celebration, of inspiration, of, if it is possible for them, it is possible for me. When you look at another person's success with an ayin tovah, you are not just being a nice person. You are performing a powerful act of spiritual technology. You are telling God, you are telling the universe, yes, that. I want more of that in the world. Thank you for showing me what is possible. You are opening the very channel that your envy had closed. You are aligning yourself with the flow of Shefa, the divine abundance. You are turning their success into a vessel for your own. This is the story of Joshua and Caleb, 2 of the 12 spies sent to scout the land of Israel. 10 of the spies came back with a report of ayin ra'ah. They saw giants. They saw fortified cities. They saw lack and impossibility. They said, "We cannot conquer the land. We are like grasshoppers in their eyes." Their evil eye not only prevented them from entering the land, but it caused an entire generation to die in the desert. Their mindset of lack created a reality of lack. But Joshua and Caleb had an ayin tovah. They saw the same giants, the same fortified cities. But they also saw a land flowing with milk and honey. They saw possibility. They saw God's promise. They said, "We can surely do it." Their good eye, their mindset of abundance, not only allowed them to enter the land, but it made them the leaders of the next generation. They inherited the very thing the others had rejected. Your life is the land of Israel. Your goals are the giants. You can look at them with an ayin ra'ah and die in the desert of your own excuses. Or you can look at them with an ayin tovah and enter into your promised land of abundance. The choice is yours, and it is made in an instant. Let me give you a practical example. I had a student, a very talented graphic designer. He was struggling to get clients. He was bitter. He would look at the successful designers in his field, the ones with the big contracts and the fancy websites, and he would be consumed with envy. He would say, "They are not even that good. They just got lucky. It is not fair." He was dying from the evil eye. I taught him this principle. I said to him, "For the next 30 days, I want you to perform a radical experiment. Every time you see a designer who is more successful than you, I want you to stop. I want you to find one thing you admire about their work, and I want you to send them an email, a genuine, heartfelt email telling them what you admire
and wishing them continued success. He thought I was insane. He said, "Rabbi, these are my competitors. Why would I bless them?" I said, "Because they are not your competitors. They are your teachers. They are showing you what is possible. And when you bless them, you are opening the channel for that same blessing to flow to you." He reluctantly agreed. The first week was torture. His ego screamed. But he did it. He sent the emails, and a funny thing happened. Some of them wrote back, surprised and grateful. One of them, a top designer in his city, was so impressed by his sincerity that he invited him for coffee. He ended up mentoring him. Another one, who was overloaded with work, referred a major client to him. By the end of the 30 days, my student had landed more new business than he had in the previous 6 months. But more importantly, he was a different person. The bitterness was gone. The envy was gone. He was filled with a sense of excitement, of possibility, of abundance. He had cured himself of the evil eye. This transformation was not just psychological, it was spiritual. In the Torah, we learn that the world was created with 10 utterances. God spoke, and reality came into being. This teaches us that words have creative power. When you speak a blessing over someone, you are not just being nice. You are participating in the act of creation. You are calling forth more abundance into the world. And because you are part of the world, that abundance flows to you as well. This is not wishful thinking. This is spiritual physics. The Talmud teaches that when you pray for someone else who needs the same thing you need, you are answered first. Why? Because you have demonstrated that you are not operating from scarcity. You are operating from abundance. You are saying, "There is enough for both of us." And God responds to that consciousness by giving you what you need. Let me go deeper into the mystical mechanics of why
This works. In Kabbalah, we teach that the world is sustained by Shefa, the divine flow of abundance. This Shefa is infinite. It is always flowing, like a river from heaven. But here is the key. Shefa can only flow through a vessel that is open. Your mind, your heart, your soul is that vessel. When you have an ayin tova, a good eye, you are open. You are receptive. You are saying yes to the universe. When you have an ayin ra'ah, an evil eye, you are closed. You are constricted. You are saying no. The Zohar, the foundational text of Kabbalah, teaches that the ayin ra'ah is connected to the sitra achra, the other side, the realm of spiritual darkness. It is the realm of separation, of ego, of me versus you. When you operate from this place, you are disconnected from the source. You are trying to create wealth from your own limited power, which is exhausting and ultimately futile. The ayin tova, on the other hand, is connected to the sitra de kedusha, the side of holiness. It is the realm of unity, of connection, of we are all one. When you operate from this place, you are plugged into the infinite. You are co-creating with God. And in that partnership, anything is possible. There is also a profound teaching in Pirkei Avot, the ethics of the fathers. It says, "Who is rich? One who is happy with his portion." Most people misunderstand this. They think it means you should be content with mediocrity, that you should not strive for more. This is not what it means.
It means that your happiness should not be dependent on comparison. It should not be dependent on having more than your neighbor. It should come from a deep, internal knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and that everything you have is a gift from God. When you have this mindset, you are free. You are no longer a slave to envy. You are no longer driven by the need to prove yourself. You can pursue wealth, you can build empires, but you do it from a place of joy and service, not from a place of lack and competition. This is the mindset of the truly wealthy. So, how do we make this mindset shift instantly and permanently? I want to give you a 3-step framework. I call it the protocol of the good eye. Step 1. Catch the envy. Envy is a subtle poison. It often disguises itself as righteous indignation or critical analysis. They don't deserve it. Their work is overrated. They must have cheated. The first step is to become a master at detecting this poison in your own mind. The moment you feel that twinge of resentment, that feeling of less than, that desire to criticize someone's success, you must stop. You must say to yourself, there it is, the ayin ra'ah, I see you. This act of mindfulness is the first step to disarming it. Step 2. Find the spark. In every person's success, there is a spark of divine light, a lesson for you. Your job is to find it. Instead of criticizing, get curious. What can I learn from this person? What
quality do they have that I can emulate? What strategy did they use that I can adapt? What belief do they hold that I can adopt? When you look for the lesson instead of the flaw, you transform the other person from a competitor into a mentor. You turn their success from a source of pain into a source of inspiration. Step 3. Give the blessing. This is the most powerful step. Once you have found the spark, you must actively bless it. You can do this silently in your own heart, or you can do it actively like my student did. Say a prayer for their continued success. Wish them more abundance, more joy, more fulfillment. When you do this, you are performing a profound act of spiritual alchemy. You are taking the toxic energy of envy and transmuting it into the holy energy of blessing. And in doing so, you are telling God, I am ready. I am a vessel for this kind of abundance. You are aligning yourself with the very success you are witnessing. Let me give you a specific blessing you can use. When you see someone succeed, say this silently or out loud. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, who has given this person the wisdom, the strength, and the opportunity to succeed. May their success continue to grow. May it bring blessing to them, to their family, and to the world. And may I be inspired by their example to create my own success in service of your will. This is not a complicated prayer, but it is a powerful one. It acknowledges God as the source. It celebrates the person. It asks for their continued success. And it positions you as someone who is ready to receive the same blessing. This is the prayer of the Ayin Tovah. Let me give you another powerful example of this principle in action. There is a famous story in the Talmud about Rabbi Akiva, one of the greatest sages of all time. Rabbi Akiva started his life as a poor, illiterate shepherd. He was 40 years old and could not even read. His wife, Rachel, saw a spark of greatness in him and encouraged him to go study Torah. He left for 24 years, leaving her in poverty. When he returned, he had 24,000 students and was the most respected rabbi in Israel. As he approached his home, he overheard a neighbor mocking his wife, saying, "Your husband abandoned you. You have wasted your life waiting for him." And Rachel responded, "If he would listen to me, he would stay another 24 years to continue his studies." When Rabbi Akiva heard this, he turned around and left for another 24 years. When he finally returned, he had 48,000 students and was the spiritual leader of the generation. He brought all of them to his wife and said, "Everything I have, everything I am, is because of her." What is the lesson? Rachel had an ayin tovah. She looked at her husband, a poor, illiterate shepherd, and saw a giant. She saw potential. She saw greatness. And her good eye, her vision of abundance, called forth that greatness from him. She could have looked at him with an ayin ra'ah, with resentment, with, "Why did I marry this loser?" And if she had, he would have remained a shepherd. Her vision created his reality. This is the power of the good eye. It does not just change how you see the world, it changes the world itself. This is not a long, arduous process. This is a switch. It is a decision you can make in an instant. The next time you are on social media, the next time you are in a meeting, the next time you hear about someone's success, you have a choice. You can activate the ayin ra'ah and close your channels. Or you can activate the ayin tovah and open them wide. The choice is yours. There is one more layer I want to share with you, and this is perhaps the most practical. When you develop an ayin tovah, you become a person that others want to be around. People are magnetically attracted to those who celebrate their success, not those who resent it. When you genuinely rejoice in the victories of others, you become a trusted ally, a valued friend, a sought-after partner. Opportunities flow to you because people know that you are not going to be threatened by their success. You are going to amplify it. This is the secret of networking, of building alliances, of creating a tribe. It is not about what you can get from people. It is about celebrating what they have already achieved. I have built my entire business, my entire life, on this principle. When I see another rabbi, another teacher, another entrepreneur succeeding, my first instinct is not to compete. It is to celebrate. It is to reach out, to congratulate, to ask how I can support. And do you know what has happened? I have built a network of the most successful, generous, powerful people in the world, and they have opened doors for me that I could never have opened on my own. Not because I manipulated them, but because I genuinely celebrated them. The ayin tovah is not just a spiritual practice, it is a business strategy. It is a life strategy. Let me give you one final teaching to seal this into your consciousness. In the book of Genesis, when Jacob is about to meet his brother Esau after 20 years of separation, he is terrified. Esau had vowed to kill him. Jacob prepares for war. But before the meeting, he has a mysterious encounter. He wrestles with an angel all night. And at the end of the wrestling match, the angel blesses him and changes his name from Jacob, which means heel grabber, one who competes, to Israel, which means one who wrestles with God and prevails. This is the transformation from Ayin Ra'ah to Ayin Tovah. Jacob, the competitor, the one who was always trying to get ahead by taking from others, becomes Israel, the one who wrestles with God, the one who seeks blessing from the source, not from his brother. And what happens? When he meets Esau, Esau runs to him, embraces him, and kisses him. The threat disappears. Why? Because Jacob had changed. He was no longer operating from scarcity, he was operating from abundance. And that shift in consciousness changed the entire reality. This is the power available to you. You can live your entire life as Jacob, competing, comparing, envying. Or you can make the shift in an instant and become Israel, one who seeks blessing from the source, one who celebrates the success of others, one who operates from abundance. The choice is yours, and it will determine everything. I want to leave you with this. The Torah's definition of a wealthy person is not one who has a lot, but one who is happy with his portion. This does not mean you should not strive for more. It means that your happiness should not be contingent on what you have versus what someone else has. Your happiness should come from knowing that you are connected to an infinite source, and that the success of others is simply proof that the river is flowing. When you can genuinely celebrate the success of others, you have achieved a level of spiritual mastery that makes you magnetic to wealth. You are no longer a grasshopper seeing giants. You are a prince seeing your inheritance. Shalom. And may you be blessed with a good eye, an eye that sees abundance everywhere, and in doing so, brings it into your own life with unstoppable force.